looking forward to this game. I mean, on paper, it should be an exciting one. The previous times that these teams have played, it has been very close, and it does seem like, strangely enough, it seems to be Illuminar that actually managed to edge it out. So I'm looking forward to seeing if that's going to be the case again or not.
Well, Avangar have had a rough enough time on Mirage, the map we're going to be playing out on, considering the fact that obviously most recently losing versus Mix wasn't ideal for them. But maybe they'll be able to recover it now, a little bit more focused. We talked about it a while back, how Avangar coming off the back of so many successful top-level LAN tournaments, maybe there's going to be a little bit of a lack of motivation when it comes towards these online tournaments. It's hard to take them as seriously as some of these big LANs.
I mean, maybe, but you would hope that wouldn't be the case with professionals, of course. So I would imagine that Avangar are going to come in and hopefully give it their all, but we're just going to have to wait and see, of course. And as I said before, I do expect this to be a pretty close game no matter what. Right now, Illuminar, of course, kicking it off on that T side. Oscarish picking up a smoke and a flash. Everyone else on Kevlar, similar setup for Avangar, but of course you have the defuse kit coming in instead onto Kicker. Let's see what the plan is. Already a smoke being tossed out towards jungle, I believe. So that's going to give them the chance now to try and split up in true connector, leaving one player towards the top of mid to hold for that window peek. A very smart idea as well. And Drento will eventually manage to deal with that with a quick one tap there from the USP. Bomb should be planted, but it is going to be that man disadvantage. And with the kit in play for Avangar, they're happy enough with this position.
Yeah, Illuminar try to force the issue and get an advantage back over, but it's not working for them. As Sanji gets one, he slipped down very low, trade by Adren, puts them back ahead. A two-man advantage now to play with plenty of time left to get in here, as well as the kid on Keycart alongside the smoke. Illuminar are going to have a rough one clutching this out. The advantage for them having two players stacked on ramp. Maybe they can bait out the CTs. One kill found, but now they know Oscarish is here, so it's not quite going to work. And the bomb being defused despite the kills coming down for Oscarish. He's eventually dropped as well. A clean round by Avangar overall on the retake. It could have went a lot worse for them, but just continuing to trade out, not allowing Illuminar any advantages back into the situation. Now they've got themselves a little bit of a decent buy with Buster and Adren already having M4s, or already having rifles, sorry, the FAMAS and Sanji, and then only 2 SMGs, so they've got plenty of future-proof there, I suppose, for the next round.
Yeah, and just taking a relatively safe approach in case a forced buy like this does come in, because you don't want to be left in a position where you have like 4 MP9s, like you see some teams coming out maybe to 1 FAMAS or 1 Scout, and then you're up against 2 Kriegs and maybe a Scout as well. It's very dangerous, and it still can be. And Stomp is actually going to go ahead and show us that, catches a quick headshot on Buster, who tried to get aggressive out short, and at least, I guess, gets the info that there is some sort of a buy-in, but they still don't know about the 2 actual Kriegs, the main rifles right now that Illuminar are banking on. And it seems like they are going to take things relatively slow. A little bit of pressure over towards the B apartments may indicate that after the mid control, they could try and split up in true short.
With all this utility going down, I think Avangar might fall into the trap of assuming that those Kriegs aren't around, that you've got like full Deagles, armor, and utility. That wouldn't be uncommon, right? Alongside this Scout. And Illuminar really, really keeping their hands close to their chest right now. We got to see what Avangar do to react to this. 2 SMGs in play, like we said. It's going to be a little bit of short control from Sanji. He spots them out as Adren finds one a second as well. Krieg comes out to play, but gets absolutely nothing done. Adren shutting them down, left on 6 HP, but still a 2-man advantage to play with for Avangar. They've heard one guy, I think it was Oscarish, running up close in apartments. No idea the second player's there. Kiekert finds the frag. There's the bomb. Now you know Oscarish is around here, right? There's no way they're sending the bomb alone. Kiekert just waiting for Oscar to peek on out and spots him as well. It's not an ideal situation for Oscarish to pull back from. They're playing so passive, but Kiekert gives an angle. The player towards short is not peeking quite on time. And an easy frag for James, as he was already 50 HP. That should be the Krieg recovered as well, I think. Oh, he didn't get
quite.
it.
Yeah, and wasn't quite able to get to it in time. I think he was just about to press E on it. A little bit unfortunate, but a good recovery overall in that round there from Avangar, especially since they lost Buster so early on, been able to actually pick up an extra rifle out of that round, save over a couple of the SMGs as well, or rather one. Yeah, I believe James actually got one dropped over and reinvested a bit himself as well. So it is going to be an easy enough round here, you would imagine, for Avangar. A little bit of a pause coming in. Not too sure whether this is going to be a tactical already from Illuminar. It would be an interesting one. I guess they could be considering going for the buy again. They've done a bit of damage, but they didn't really do all that much, so it looks like it is some sort of issue.
Yeah, their coach DC'd, but he's back in.
I actually didn't notice that one.
Oh, neither did I. You wouldn't only... It's hard to spot it, but he just joined in instantly, committed Sudoku, and now he's ready to go over on the coaching side. So for Vanguard 2-0 up, they've started out well. They've got their 2 SMGs still in play right now, and the reason that you're buying up maybe one more is I mean, Illuminar, they're on the pistols, so why not? This is your farming opportunity. Make a little bit of cash for free. Illuminar stacking up towards the A site. This means James going to be the main money maker of this round, or potentially, anyways.
They have 4 HEs. I'm wondering what they're going to use that for. Apparently, it was to try and just stack up towards the CT spawn, and unfortunately, it doesn't work out too well. They do at least deal with Jame up on top of Palace, but losing a couple players in the meantime, I was going to say, probably leaves them without much of a chance for the bomb plant, but trading back onto a Dren, now the bomb will go down, and they actually have some pretty decent control to work with as well. Whether they decide to get aggressive towards Connector or get aggressive towards Jungle, that was something that I think they should be considering, especially as they lose that player on ramp. A quick headshot then from Sanji as well, with that now all onto Innocent. I mean, he has the rifle at least to work with, but there's still a lot of time on that bomb. There's still a lot of utility for Avangar to work with. He shouldn't really be given much of a chance there. Oh, okay, actually gets that spam on the Buster. Quick transfer slightly over to the left, gave the kill. The molly goes down, but he still has actually a really good opportunity right now. Finds the headshot on the Kickard, but eventually the kill comes in. No defuse kit initially, but he picks one up just in time off his teammate's body. So a close round again. Illuminar, though, they didn't invest very much into that, apart from the utility and a couple of pistols. They're going to be very happy with getting the bomb down and also 4 frags off the back of it.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about the moneymaker, right? Jame only managed to get 1 kill on the MP9. Very little cash going to be floating around if Avangar lose this round. Illuminar got to be over the moon with how that went. I mean, a bomb plant plus those 4 kills, it's fantastic for them. AWP taken out for Jame. But look at the cash right now for Avangar. Like we said, nothing to work with should they lose this one. Flashes go out in middle, gaining a little bit of control. We've already seen what Stomp can do there when he's got a scout in hand. This time, playing a little bit slower. This with the AWP. Once that smoke fades on short, I get a little bit worried for Jame. He looks like he's going to get a little bit aggressive. He's standing out there, hasn't been spotted just yet. Smoke's about to dissipate, though. And this is where it gets a little bit risky for him to stick around on short, especially as they could be down towards lower with the smokes and connector. And you can see he backs off, so not going to be caught off by the positions. The problem with that is if you've got top connector smoke, they can peek you top middle, and they can peek you, obviously, on the connector stairs. But in the position he's in, he's able to at least catch Oscarish off guard. Getting out of here is going to be kind of difficult, as they have got full mid control other than that. Aggressive short, but he makes it out on the back of a smoke, I think. Yeah. Nice advantage to play with for Avangar now.
Yeah, it looks like Illuminar just pretty much already having a decision about where they want to eventually bring this. The only issue is the bomb right now going up short could be a little bit dangerous. Fortunately, no one actually spotting that short cross. It is going to be a player, though, up close in the ladder room, and there you have it. Innocent goes down. There's no one to actually pick that bomb up immediately at this point, and that is going to slow things down massively for Illuminar. You see, they actually have to send the player back through underpass. Reeds in towards jungle, able to catch one. And of course, Noah's Buster is over towards that ladder room still, but it's getting to become a bit of an issue at this point. The time's running down, losing another player in the spawn at this point before just continuing the trade back and forth. They need to get onto a bomb site, and I don't think it's really going to be possible anymore. Yeah, only 11 seconds remaining at this point, so they are looking to just try and save the op and the rifle over. 4-0 though for Avangar, and taking this one a little bit more cleanly, keeping 3 players alive. That's what they needed.
This is really what Avangar needed in terms of the build-up of cash. You would have liked to see them lose less, especially with the AWP on Jame. He took one on short, right, and then just bailed back. It was nice to see him keep it close to the chest, not play too risky. Sanji's even taken out an MP9, but with Illuminar having a full buy, it's not going to be as easy to use as maybe it was before. And even if you think about it, I mean, Jame, when he was tucked up on top of Palace, he only found the 1 kill up against majority non-armored opponents. There were 2 of Illuminar in that round had armor to play with. Very clear early goals here from Illuminar. You can see that they've got 2 players ramp, 1 Palace, and 2 coming in through underpass. Is that a boost going to go down for Reeds? Back down a little bit, and that's awkward. I mean, he pulls back on as the Molotov went down. Mono gets caught in middle, and now you've got Illuminar trying to push to the A site with no connector split, and this gives Kickard a lot of room to work with.
Yeah, I don't know if they're aware of the second player being in underpass, though, so there's definitely a chance that Reeds could maybe catch them off guard. The side, though, being spotted, a little bit of damage being put in towards Innocent, and a nade to follow it up. Add some more. Down to 37, another nade down to 15. Here we go. Reeds eventually going to go ahead and step up to the occasion. Manages a double kill before eventually going down to the short flank. And actually, Kicker getting spotted trying to make his way out of CT spawn. They're looking a little bit delayed on the reactions. Maybe didn't quite have the vision as he came out towards triple. But a round finally being put onto the board here from Illuminar. And of course, with all the damage they've been building up over these past 4 rounds, there's not enough for a Vanguard to buy. They're just going to have to go ahead and take an eco. And onto the majority of players, even not really going to be able to invest very much at all. Kind of surprised that Dren has put so much money in because he only gets 1900 in the next round. So although he will get the rifle, rather, he'll be a little bit more limited in terms of the utility. So I thought they would have maybe prioritized the money a little bit more for the following round.
I love Reetz's play there. He was clearly communicating to the team, okay, look, they don't think I'm here. I can make a play around that smoke because they came down through the bottom of connector to clear underpass. As they did, he stepped into the smoke, let them glide on past him, clear that part of the map. Sanji was waiting on short. But there wasn't a lot he could do from the angle that Reetz was in. He didn't get aggressive towards connector to open up any more angles. He waited, smoke cleared. His team are then skirmishing. They're saying, hey, we're over here. Look at us. We're coming out on A. And then Reetz is able to pick up that double, completely opening up the round. Really well handled. I think it was great communication from him to realize he could make the play. This round shouldn't see a lot for Avangar, obviously. We saw Dren investing, but he's in a Molotov. I didn't even hear the tick myself. That's got to be frustrating as he goes down to 27 HP. Mono falls. They don't know what Dren is here, and they've killed 3 players. Do they clear it? Not initially coming out looking towards the site, but Oscars turns around in time. And obviously with the Dren only having the deagle, it was either a headshot or he was dead pretty much on 27 HP as well.
Yeah, is Kicker going to keep the up, or is he going to throw it over to James? Yeah, it looks like that is going to be the case. I was wondering if he was going to go glass cannon to get the bit of extra utility, since they don't really have that much to work with, but besides on the Kevlar, probably the better idea, especially if he's looking to try and take an aggressive peek early on to avoid that extra damage from any utility that may actually come his way. But it looks like Illuminar, again, do have a pretty early plan in mind here. Going to be setting themselves up for another hit towards this A bomb site, but this time negating that mid control. Just going to go ahead and approach intro ramp, and then with 1 player coming in from Palace. Here we go, already going forward. Buster gets a bit of info on mid that not much is going on in this area, but it's going to be down to the 3 players right now on that A-bomb site, who are unfortunately held back by smoke. So just trying to spam through, see what damage they can get done. It likely will come down to that retake setup, but a little bit of a boost trying to come in here from Avangar. It's taken a while, but it will eventually pay off. Kicker able to take down 1. Quite fortunate as well, as it was a trade as Innocent that just claimed the life before.
Nade down, doesn't do a whole lot. That Molotov will force him out of position, but it's all about the flank coming through from Buster. He pushed up mid early, and now he's got himself right up behind them in Palace. Watching Innocent coming up behind him, waiting for a play to happen. Takes the headshot, comes out for more. Krieg spots 1 in the sandwich. But Mono bails out of there quite quickly, knowing he was about to repeat. James coming around should spot Reetz here. And indeed he does, taking them down, putting it into a 3 versus 2. Buster now closing in on the Krieg. Chain takes another in the Krieg on Buster to finish off the round. Plenty of time left for that defuse as well. And Buster dropping over the Krieg to his teammate, making sure that they've got the best weapons they possibly can for the next round. It's 5-2. Now, with the 4-1 lead, Avangar weren't looking great because Illuminar kept control over their economy. And you saw that as soon as Illuminar found a round, Avangar were forced down to pistols. That's still a danger. They haven't yet secured their CT side economy, and it can be hard to get to grips with it. So Illuminar still putting in the full investment. They've got an AWP Krieg and 3 AKs in the back of the bomb plant. They need to start finding the damage, or they need to continue to find the damage. Obviously, they've been doing it so far. But if they don't find it in this round, it's unlikely that they're able to do a whole lot.
Yeah, that opening kill from Reetz looking good for Illuminar here as they kick off with the mid control as well. Not a bad position to be in. Illuminar also still working with a lot of loss bonus, so even if they were to lose this round, they'd probably still have a decent amount of money, especially if they got that bomb, the bomb actually planted. So it's, as you said, down to Avangar now to start taking these rounds a little bit more consistently. Otherwise, their economy is just going to remain an issue. And then when 1 round gets lost rather at that point, a lot of the what you've actually worked for can kind of just quickly fall apart. I think over towards window right there, I believe it's a Dren. Aware of the fact that there could potentially be a player in towards the ladder room. They are definitely being cautious. Reetz was around that area before. They don't know if he's stuck in that position, but aggressive in on ramp. James takes the first shot. They are aware of the fact that there is commonly a player up close as well, so they check it. Oscar's with a quick headshot, stomp on the up as well. Dren falls, and so does the A-bomb site. That was a very quick take here from Illuminar. The bomb's going to get planted, and Sanji probably going to have very little to say about it, already backing away in True Kitchen.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's even going to get away, though. You can see Reetz is just camping over towards the side. He's clearing it out, looking towards kitchen. Catches the back of Sanji. That's all too easy. Making sure Avangar have got nothing to find. And Illuminar even surviving with 4 and a bomb plant. They've got so much cash to play with. For Avangar, the same thing hits them again. And actually having 2 players down there with not a lot of cash at all. James and Buster 1500, or sub 1500. The decision is made to take the full eco. For the most part, I mean, Kikert obviously buys up a Deagle. You've got a Dren on the CZ. Sanji's got 4,300, so he can take an AWP in the next round. Drop that over to James. And then obviously they're happy to play with the with the SMGs, as we've seen from them before. CZ is one of their main hopes for this one, and it's already taken out of a Dren's hand, leaving Kikert on the Deagle to do most of the damage for the CT side. I mean, you want to see a couple of kills here, Dean. Right? 2 or 3. Make sure Illuminar don't go crazy on the cash, but it's not looking too like.
Yeah, and I mean, even with the few kills, buying them in the next round is not going to be the greatest of ideas. As you said, they probably will go for it because they do feel somewhat comfortable with those weaker weapons, but you definitely want the best buy possible. A player getting caught there trying to get aggressive out through short. It's Sanji who goes down, so it should be pretty easy from this point forward, straightforward. There's no one on this A bomb site. Of course, a little bit of a B stack. I like that Avangar did take a gamble at the very least. And it also gives them the option for Kicker to try and actually save over the Kevlar and the Deagle into this following round. Question is, as you said, will they buy into this next round, or could they just give up that 5th round over to Illuminar and then get a strong buyout themselves?
And they can definitely afford to, right? Taking the likes of an eco in the next to build up the cash wouldn't be out of the question, especially with Kikert buying down to 1100. If he manages to survive, obviously he'll have the armor to play with. Nice shot by Stomp to Buster. Got headshot, so if he missed that, I mean, he very well may have died. It looks like Kikert's going to be pretty safe. Nobody coming out through kitchen. So he'll survive over with the armor. And do they take 3 SMGs? No, the op's already out, so they're going to be buying. I mean, I get it, right? You're 5-4. You don't want to allow Illuminar a way back into equalize.
Oh.
No, okay, we're just going with the op. Okay, it's a little bit more reasonable. Going for the full buy in the next round, having the AWP out here gives them a huge chance, which... Well, there goes the op. James has some huge rounds.
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully someone can retrieve it. It should be pretty easy, and Kicker does manage to pick it up for himself. But yeah, no, it's an interesting one. Sanji won't have quite enough to buy in the next round, but they will still have a decent buy overall. That's a nice kill there by Buster as well, over towards middle.
The op sticking around, good damage onto Innocent, but sadly not the kill, and that may deter them from aggressing towards it any further, especially with the AWP. But you actually see Kikert coming up towards the top of Connector. He's looking for a fight. Nobody's going to be coming out of Palace just yet. Is he going through the smoke? This is so aggressive with that op. I really thought we'd be seeing them run away to try and save it, but with the Krieg in play as well, they're feeling it. But if they don't find a kill in the next couple of seconds, I think we're going to start to see them back away. The spam's desperately coming down for Kikert to try and find something. It's not there. Backs off a little bit, looks towards Palace. It's again just desperately searching for a kill to find, but look at the flank coming down through middle. Innocent on 17 HP is about to completely catch them off. Kikert's not checking it, but a Dren is. Never mind, not quite cut off. As they find another kill, there's an AK to be retrieved. You're gonna see someone running up there to get it?
Maybe. It's actually a Dren that's even running around towards, like, kind of the horseshoe area, so he already has a rifle. That won't really be too worthwhile. Interesting. They could have done with some extra rifles. It should still be a pretty decent buy. They end up actually holding a couple players close to the bomb site and ensuring that a bit of extra damage is done. But I mean, an extra AK to bring into this round wouldn't have been a stray. But let's see. They're going to manage to spread it out pretty decently. Sanji is a little bit low on money. I was going to say a Dren could have dropped him. He will eventually, but a bit of miscommunication, I suppose, wasted some money on that MP9 when they could have done with another defuse kit. And see now, Avangar, this is where they need to start picking up some more rounds before Illuminar just take full control of this. As you said before, it's been a bit of a troublesome map for Avangar recently, having some losses against teams that they really should be winning pretty easily. Look at this though, Illuminar. We've only really seen quick A plays from them so far, so this is something that may actually catch them off guard. You can see there's only one player on this side of the map currently.
Oh, look at the damage done onto Sanji through the smoke. He's then spotted. Nades are going over towards him. He's just stuck in that corner. Eventually moves out of it towards the site where he takes down Oscar. Better than I would have expected from him. I thought he'd be dead and all by now. Op shot from Jane does quite a bit of damage to Mono, and this is a very winnable round for them. But Stomp still lurking around. Great shot onto the pixel of Jane, putting it into a 3 versus 2 on the AWP. Now they can get the bomb planted. They've got the smoke down towards the door of kitchen. Nobody's going to be jumping out of the window just yet. Reitz was ensuring that. And as a flash goes down, okay, you've got a full blinded... Who was on the side? Mono. But they don't aggress in the back of it, so not really a whole lot netted from it. With an AWP on Kiekert, and the fact that they've so little money, they've got to kind of consider going for the save. As you can see, they clearly are. A flash goes down to maybe bait them into thinking that Avangar are about to push out to beat to attempt the retake, but it's not going to be the case. They're saving it already, giving a 6th round to Illuminar. That's a dodgy situation. They had to buy up quite a lot of rifles on the Avangar side, and I would have liked to see... there was an opportunity for... I think it was Buster who was in Connector in the previous round with the Deagle, and he was desperately hunting for another kill. I would have rather see him just pull back and go to top middle where the AK was. It would have really helped out their economy had they have saved 3 rifles over instead of having to buy a further 3 in that previous one.
Also, the miscommunication, if that didn't happen, it would have saved quite a bit of economy, where Sanji bought up the MP9, not knowing that Adren, I guess, could drop him over a rifle, because then Adren then dropped him an M4, and it was just kind of a waste of money. They could have done some extra defuse kits, etc. They could have kept that bit of extra money into this round, which would have put Sanji probably on an M4, perhaps, instead of that FAMAS. But it's still a pretty decent buy from them. I mean, you can't fault it too much. The thing is, can they hold this quick B play once again? The Molotov goes down, but they decide to stay in the apartments and fight out through the windows. So far, not going amazingly for Illuminar. They actually end up with a man disadvantage, and an even bigger issue as well is the fact that Reitz can not really help the other 2 players right now on his team. Single point to HP. The bomb, at the very least, does get planted, but there's still a lot of utility here for Avangar to actually work with on this retake.
Now, Reitz has to rely on catching people off guard, really. Spams through smokes or aim duels will not do well for him. Even getting hit by a flash at this point is going to be detrimental to his health. Op shot by Mono, that's going to distract them a little bit over towards the apartments. As Osprey falls, though, they've got plenty of men to spare to look towards Reitz. Smoke goes down, they're going to go for the defuse, but time is very low. Mono pushed forward by the Molotov, takes a fight, looking for more. He's trying to stop that defuse, but he can't get the shots on. Jamie even damaging his teammate. I think Mono's going to survive this. Yes, he is. Just running at them through the smoke, but not able to hit the shot. It was an RNG fight, really. Hoping you get it in time, but he couldn't quite land it. 6-6. Vanguard pulling around off out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was a bit crazy. He could have hit a bullet while dropping down, while still shooting off the balcony, even, for example. That really could have come down to the wire right there, and it did. Able to survive, though, the rifle, I guess, at least being carried over here for Illuminar. You can see they are, of course, going to buy in plenty of money to work with, onto the majority of players, at least. Osprich was a little bit low, I believe, so he did get dropped over that Krieg. But they've, of course, still got the economy of Avangar in a very difficult spot. Losing 1 round, likely to put them down onto an eco. So Avangar are in a spot right now themselves where I think ideally they are looking to try and get the remaining 3 rounds in this half to actually be happy with how it's gone. Especially considering they had a pretty solid start before kind of letting it slip away.
It's kind of like we were saying but before we started here, you know, Avangar have had that rough history on Mirage recently, I suppose. And for Illuminar, we've definitely seen a lot of promise from this lineup in general. So it's not completely out of the question that they make it a tough game, and they've already successfully done that. Again, Avangar were 4-1 up, but they never had any security in their economy. And this is where Illuminar really come ahead. My god, though, 2 quick kills by James. That's going to cause a lot of problems for the Illuminar side. Bomb dropped and spotted as well, and now you've got 1 player with the bomb on ramp and everybody else looking for middle control. Reitz has no choice but to back off. Even if they successfully gain mid, as you can see they currently do. Oh no, the flash! So look at the Adren wasn't completely blinded by that. That would have been a little bit awkward otherwise. Probably would have seen the 2 kills come down. But yeah, like if they maintain that middle control and they push up, but there's a player that got aggressive on ramp, Reitz comes through with the bomb, it's dropped, and then what do? You're left with nothing. So Reitz has to go and regroup, but this makes it a very 2-dimensional approach. Vanguard know that middle control has gone to Illuminar, and that's the only place that they're coming from, so they can't really catch them off guard. You can see at the moment there's a jump spot coming through from CT. A smoke in from Reitz is going to allow them to cross over, but actually aggression from Adren, and he's caught off by that. Down to 10 HP, leaves Reitz with not a whole lot of options, and the player stuck in CT still hasn't been spotted. Kiekert is the man to make the play.
Perfectly played right there. Manages to finish off the low HP player, dinked down Oscarish as well then, and then perfectly timed for that peek in from the CT spawn. 7-6 for Avangar. Great shots by James, especially to kick that round off, to give them a really strong advantage to work with. But it seems like that's something that they're really going to rely on, actually picking up those opening kills early in the round. If it comes down to an early execute from Illuminar, that it seems like they're coming out on top of the kind of quick trade battles. If it comes down to the later rounds, it seems like Illuminar as well have been doing a slightly better job. Let's see how it's going to go right now with Dren. First spacing out mid. He also has the assistance from Buster, who's pushed up short, and that nade, it may actually connect some pretty good damage. It actually does onto 2 players. I thought it was only Oscarish who got tagged down, but Mono on the receiving end as well. So that's a pretty decent start here for Avangar. They won't be 100% aware of the fact, of course, that they've done that damage, but it may assist them later on in the round once it comes down to the moment where Illuminar have to actually push in towards one of those bomb sites.
With the bomb left behind, it might be quite a while before we see Illuminar pushing into a bomb site. They're claiming middle control, leaving a lurk in Palace and over towards B, while the rest of the team, just like I said, look for the mid control, then eventually they'll rotate back to one of these players that's on a site to pick the bomb. Now, they've got a killing connector. Immediately, the rotation's coming around from Mono to pick the bomb and spawn, and they're going to start to move towards the A site. Connector control going to be re-aggressed on by Buster as he spots out one, drops the smoke on short to get himself back over towards the B site. But he doesn't leave with it, at least not yet, sticking around in ladder room. This might not be expected, and could give him the chance to catch them off as they go in for connector control later on. Keekert's actually looking to get aggressive, and he finds one. Stomp was so quick on that trade, though. Not a whole lot really gained in terms of the advantages, but James coming in with one, skirmishing on the AWP, looking for the final player of Innocent, and peeking right on out to get it. Quick little 2K in the end, and 8-6. Avangar put themselves ahead towards the end of the first half. Will they be able to take a 9-6 scoreline? The economy certainly says they will, as Illuminar have to take 2 weaker weapons out, a Deagle and a Mac-10. For Avangar, they're, I mean, not in a much healthier boat. I assume there's weapons dropped, though. Yeah, indeed there are. Jame and a Duran have those. I was trying to figure out how are 2 guys on Deagles right now, but the weapons were on the floor, so we're all good.
It's not a terrible buy either for Illuminar, to be fair. It is pretty decent. They have the 3 rifles. The Deagle can also do some damage. The Mac-10 can maybe go in first and try and clear some space, or maybe put a second so that the rifle can take the initial long-range battle. Oh, they're going to be hugging each other. Kickers, there we go. An easy kill onto the first. Transfer over to Reeds as well. Stomp somehow managing to get behind them. Will eventually trade it out, but I think he's going to be happy with being able to find 2 kills there on the ramp, and of course quite a bit of info. You can see the rotations already coming in from Avangar. 1 player in jungle, a couple players towards the CT spawn that can try and delay this. And also that quick flank that's going to be coming around from behind from Buster. So the goal right now from Avangar is just try and keep these as slow as possible. A quick kill coming in from James just extends the advantage, and although the bomb eventually goes down, it doesn't seem like they're being very cautious of that flank.
Shots being found by Buster. It leaves Mono to find it all, and he got a 2K. I don't think he even saw the second player, but it worked out for Avangar in the end. Despite losing 2 to that just very quick shot, those 2 very quick shots, it's 9-6 in the end. They take it across the line as expected. Bomb plant obviously doesn't give anything positive to Illuminar. All the extra cash they got is going to be gone once they ready up for the second half. Now, at this point, you know, considering Avangar didn't, I mean, yeah, in terms of rounds, they got off to a good start, but they never secured them convincingly. They never got enough money to future-proof that if they lost 1 round, they'd be able to buy again. So that 4-1 scoreline was obviously a lot closer than it looked, considering that the boost of rounds you should be getting and the boost of economy. I feel like Illuminar have done a lot, that they've put themselves into a really, really solid position because they've won 6 rounds, but they were very close in at least 4 or 5 of them. That could have swung either way.
I definitely agree. As you said, the first 5 or so rounds all being very close kept the economy low, but I do still feel like Avangar, being a team that are on that are on the level that they're on, they probably expect more of themselves in this game, and I feel like that can be a little bit of a factor as well. Although they have that 9-6 half, as you said, 6 is still pretty good here from Illuminar. So let's see how it goes now as we kick off the second half. Of course, the pistol going to be going live. It's Stomp King picking up the fuse kit. Also has the smoke for himself, a full set of utility then for Innocent, which is the same as it is for Sanji over on that B side. It's looking like it's going to be a pretty quick B play right now. The only thing is, it's only really 2 players who pushed forward initially, so they are going to go ahead and slow it down, falling back off after showing that initial presence. But with their current setup, what is the goal going to be? 1 player in Palace, maybe they could back off, maybe they can make their way through under and try and split in towards A. The issue is Reed's getting aggressive in mid, finding himself a quick kill and a good bit of info as well, spotting at least 2 more players right there. Oh, hang on though, this is quickly turning back. Buster with a quick headshot, James as well. Does go down, but it's still a 3v3, so I mean, this is going pretty well for Avangar right now, especially since they've got a player out onto that A bomb site already. And Buster, I believe, did peek in towards CT for a moment and spotted that it was clear.
So this bomb should be found planted very quickly, but Sanji, I thought he was going to get cut off guard. He turned to look at it just in time, but still the fight goes to Reeds, and a 3rd kill for him in the round, single-handedly keeping Illuminar in this pistol round. Oh my god, Reeds, stop it! He's got 4 kills, and he's looking for the ace. With Innocent having the kit and smoking off Palace, there's no choice for Kiekert but to go towards the ram. He hears the smoke going down, he's running around, but this is not going to be... I mean, how does he even get there in time to stop it? He assumes it's going to be a fake, but it's absolutely not. And Reitz wins out the round by himself. Not even Illuminar. It's just goddamn Reitz. 4 kills, pushing top mid, getting everybody he's given a chance to. The flick over towards CT on the site. That was an absolutely fantastic round. He's got himself an M4 already. 3 SMGs, and Stomp's going to be taking another, I think. No, the scout comes out from him for the mid control. I mean, there's a lot of weaker weapons here for Illuminar. If they lose a couple of players here, and then have to reinvest it. If they lose, I think if, well, considering Avangar have gone for a full buy, it's not as clear cut, but should they normally lose 2 or 3 players with this kind of buy if Avangar had only taken pistols? That would leave them with very, very few options, but I think the majority of teams recently have started to invest when it comes to losing the pistol round, that they force buy up round number 2. Certainly in this game, that's what we've seen, and in the majority of the European Champions Cup, that's what we saw as well. Avangar have got some pretty decent weapons here, so I mean, overall, if you look at the kind of hardware we're talking about, Avangar are not at a disadvantage.
You know, this is the type of buy I was talking about when we had the investment in the second round of the first half, even, where I was saying there's be a lot of SMGs, there's be a scout maybe with just 1 rifle, and then you're up against a few rifles. That puts both teams on a pretty equal level, so it is a bit of a risk. It gives you the chance to build up money, sure, but they need to make sure they come out on top of the second round of the half right now. Let's see what can be done by Avangar. They've already got quite a bit of mid control for themselves. Flashed in towards that ladder room as well. Gives the option if they wanted to split over towards B, but of course that's not really looking to be the case right now. The Krieg though, oh, a quick headshot, not even needing the scope. Stump trying to take the peek. He did connect the shot, but it's not enough on the scout, and it's not enough on that A-bomb site at all, because the kill feed right now just filled with blue, man. Not a single bit of damage apart from that 1 scout shot even being connected from Illuminar. 2 MP9s right now, probably just going to be saved over. And with that, Avangar taking themselves up to double digits already. That's the risk you play.
Not only double digits, but I'd imagine 11. The next round for Illuminar won't see a whole lot for them. Like we said, you know, investing into those kind of weaker weapons, it doesn't give you a great chance at that round where Avangar force buy. And if Avangar take pistols and you lose 2 players, you're punished so harshly for it that, again, if you lose the full buy round, you're left down without the ability to buy yet again. It's not ideal. And at the moment, I'm imagining that, like I said, Avangar take 11. Illuminar have got very little money, but then again, they're going to be double eco realistically. So I guess you invest here and then potentially make it into 12 for Avangar. And just how quickly you lose your grasp on this half, having started out by winning the pistol, is incredible.
They've actually decided to keep some money there. I'm kind of surprised that Mono and Innocent didn't just decide to drop over another couple MP9s or something.
I mean, I guess you've got a lot of advantages when it comes to the Deagles if you want to take those longer range duels towards the likes of mid control, though that's not what we're seeing them do. They're kind of just camping out on A, which would be more MP9 style. I could see one of them saving, right? Because you maybe get an AWP, but with a couple SMG kills especially. But both of them is curious. I'm wondering where that money's going to go. Nice opening by Oscarish, at least. Taking the head peek angle towards the bomb site. Dropping... It's only the Galil that's dropped. It's recovered very quickly by Dren. It was the scout that he had in play.
Yeah, the man advantage though for Illuminar. Still a minute remaining, so it's not really the end of the world rather for Avangar. Still have quite a bit of time to work with, but bit of utility remaining for Illuminar. You see using it right now even to slow down this B push. There's a couple of players I believe trying to come up through short, but even they are yet to really move too far forward. So it looks like at this point they could be maybe reconsidering making their way up through under instead. Or were they're going back again? I guess they were just using that to try and sell out a bit of a fake with the sound. Time though, they will need to get going pretty quickly here. There is a couple of the fuse kits at least in play here for Illuminar if it comes down to the retake. But there's only 2 players immediately on the bomb site, and then one that can try and give some assistance there from Kitchen. So let's see how it goes. A Molotov perfectly placed should force Innocent out at close range position. That's not what you want to happen when you have that MP9. You want to be able to stay up close and personal. Sanji pushing forward actually goes down to the MP9. Reitz on the Deagle taking himself a couple of headshots, and suddenly it's all onto JM. 8 seconds to work with. As I said, the time, it could be an issue. And indeed, that is the case. Forced to back away at this point. Takes 1 more kill, which should confirm that he can save over that rifle at least. But great work here from Illuminar. Been able to pull it back immediately.
Yeah, we assumed Avangar would hit the 11 or possibly even the 12 with the way the money was going. But Illuminar, I mean, especially Reitz again coming in as the hero. He was in the pistol round, the one that found 4 kills. And right there with the Deagle, a quick double on the site, looking towards short, and then up on top of the van, you get the flick over with the Deag. That's just, it was such a pivotal play. Putting Avangar behind now 10-8. They're still ahead in rounds, but in terms of the economy, they're certainly starting to suffer. Stomp finds an opening duel and immediately fades through that smoke, but Innocent goes back out. Nothing to help him with it. No flashes going to be hit towards the players in middle. I feel like that was a little bit over-aggressive, especially with the man advantage.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Stomp even realized, okay, I've got the kill. I should just play a little bit more passively now, but then his teammate goes aggressive. I mean, if Innocent wanted to get aggressive, he should have called it, because then Stomp could have remained in a position to actually try and help him. So maybe they could have got a trade again at the very least. But instead, a 4v4, which, of course, on paper, does favor the T-side right here. It allows them to kind of have a few more holes, maybe, that they can exploit. But look at the aggression right now that's coming in towards ramp. Oscarish, I don't believe he would have heard those footsteps, but he is going to be holding a bit of an off angle. Not quite. Sanji actually peeking around, gets a quick headshot. And with that now, it's going to come down to Stomp playing up close and sandwich. And Molotov could completely destroy this position, but fortunately it does go over his head for the moment. But Sanji's still clearing it. The second headshot to his name, and this is just looking too easy right now for Avangar.
The double take by Sanji. He cleared it, but only sort of subconsciously cleared it. Looked at him, looked away, and then went, oh wait, that was a dude.
It always happens.
Yeah.
Just because you have to flick so quickly to the next angle, so you're already doing that in your mind.
And you're just like, oh, he's not there. Well, no, he is. Your eyes kind of catch up to your brain. But yeah, 11-8 for Avangar. I mean, a solid round to be picking up. Illuminar now left in with the Deagles. The economy game is just going back and forth so quickly. It's hard to count Illuminar out, though, considering, obviously, we've seen them just keep Avangar right on the edge. It's easier to play with on the T side, though, when you've not got that much control over your economy. And Illuminar are about to be left with absolutely no control. They've already lost a player towards the site. If they do not land a couple of kills, save over some weapons, I mean, they need to find some positives here, because with all their cash invested, the next round is not going to be pretty for them, and that puts Avangar on 13. If they win this one here, more or less. I mean, we've said that a couple times and it's never come through, because it's these crazy weak buys or forced buys with $1,400 keep on working. Shot by James. Now, they know there's an AWP towards ramp, so you can see at the moment, Oscarish is looking to take that head peek. He's low, but headshot going to be found onto him, so it doesn't matter. And Innocent falls right after. They're forcing the right fights, and you can see how much damage they've done, but not finding any kill puts Avangar way ahead in terms of the fiscal game. And for Illuminar, I mean, at the moment, it's 12-8. If you eco here, it's going to be 13-8 by the time you get a full buy. I think the right call is to just take that full eco. They can't really afford to buy anything.
And even then, it's not going to be a spectacular buy in this next round. It will be somewhat limited. So right now, it's looking a little bit awkward for Illuminar. One stack towards this A bomb site gives them the chance for, at the very least, some damage to come in. And that is the case already, with a couple of pistol frags actually being found. Oh, kickard. Okay, that was a collateral headshot, I think, through one of his teammates. What a quick burst right there. That works. 3 players end up surviving for Avangar. Not too bad, considering they did actually keep 5 alive in the round prior. So overall, their money's still building up by a decent amount. But here we go. As I said, Illuminar, although they can buy into this round, it's not going to be amazing. There's no diffuse kit in play. There's no op, of course. They have the basics in terms of utility. They have the smokes, some flashes, some nades. Molotovs, though, for slow and late round are also going to be lacking. So right now, I feel like it comes down to Illuminar just stepping up and hitting their shots. And if not, Avangar probably going to be able to bring it over that finish line.
Definitely a much closer game than we would have anticipated just looking at the names that are on the board, but the hints were all there that Illuminar would be able to do some damage to Avangar. But whether that damage is going to be substantial or not all depends on these coming rounds. And with Stomp already finding himself an opening to Buster in middle, stopping that push or that control, it was looking good. He immediately gets traded back though, and that's their window player out of commission. Innocent with that smoke drop as well won't be able to say anything about them going up connector. And the positions on the site don't allow for much either. You can see that Reitz is stuck in jungle. They could have boosted up. They could be in ladder room. So now he's taking a bit of a more aggressive angle towards connector. But again, you have to be worried about that boost coming up through middle. Innocent is no longer able to watch it. So Reitz constantly has to go back and forth to check that, leaving him in a position where he can be timing very, very easily. He's Molotov'd out. Forced back now. He's got nothing to say about this side take. Rotates into CT. There's already two players here. Oscarish and Innocent both holding down. Oscarish is focused towards connector, so he'll be the one taking the risky fight to Sanji and Adren. Sanji having a Krieg can obviously be used very efficiently towards connector. They're not looking at him. At least Sanji wasn't, so he gets dropped, leaving it back into a 3v3 with the trade from Adren. Innocent picks one and fades back behind. He's got support here from Reitz as well. With James having an AWP, he's going for the plant safely, but baiting them out. Catches the kill to Innocent. Reitz isn't able to trade. Nice pull back, but 10 seconds. They've got to go for that bomb plant. Reitz bides his time, but can't cut off the bomb plant. But he hears James running away. Now's his time to pounce. Catches James off the spray down. Almost there onto Adren, but he's going to be able to survive a little bit longer. Catching the kill on the mono. Bombs planted for him as well. Adren with 3 kills on the board. Spots out Reitz. He holds it for just a second. Flash goes over. He'll jump peeking to make sure he's not defusing. And now he's happy to sit back, bide his time. Tap again. Now he knows where Reitz is. Again, going in for the jump peek, and the bomb not being stuck is spotted once more. Running the clock down, biding his time. And Reitz eventually says, you know what? I can't do it. Adren has the better angle. He's playing it patiently and not giving opportunities. Reitz saves the weapon, even with time left to defuse, giving Adren the opportunity to go and take that AWP and bail out of there.
Adren played that pretty much perfectly. I mean, the only way Reitz could have won it was if he hit a really quick headshot pretty much while Adren's head was shown for maybe half a second. Also, the flash was extremely well timed once he actually tried to tap it with the fake and then peeking towards connector. So just well done. 14-8 right now for Avangar. It was a round that was so important for Illuminar. Without that going in their favor, now they're left on another eco. I'm sure they have that one rifle. They have some pistols and a bit of Kevlar at least to back it up. But it's looking like it's going to be map point here for Avangar. It'll have to be 7 in a row then from Illuminar if they actually want to take this one into overtime. So, of course, that's not really the position that you want to be in. Reitz, though, with a quick opening kill through that smoke on short, gives them a bit of a chance. Unfortunately, James quickly trying to snatch it away.
Reitz has been having such a phenomenal game so far. He's up there with 18 kills, only surpassed by Stomp, their AWP. We saw him with some great scout plays, but as Mono and Reitz both fall, this round has gone to hell in the handbasket. With this kind of investment, you can only expect that kind of those kind of results. Nice shot by Stomp. We'll try and make it over now. Won't make it over. Spots out James. If that shot had a hit, would have been beautiful. Couldn't even see the head though, so kind of unlikely. But he knows he's in there, just tucked in towards ladder room, waiting for him to take a peek. Stomp would hope that eventually he can drop one more weapon. But the ultimate goal here is to just get access towards short to pick up one of these rifles that's been dropped. He knows he can't just barrel up there, and hearing the player on the ladder, James just trying to bait him into peeking. His teammates there to support him as well. And it's all just about locking down this map control, making sure Stomp doesn't get anything, unless he's super lucky and the bomb throws a weapon towards him. I want to see if one does go. No, nowhere near him. And obviously he was dead anyway. So
yeah, I was about to say, man, Joe. It's like, he can't really pick it up anymore anyway.
I was just wondering what the range is. So like, because the bomb was planted obviously on the site and the weapons are on short. I wonder like what.
It wouldn't go that direction though. No.
Yeah, it would need height as well to get over the little wall. So it was super unlikely that even if he found the kill and stayed alive, he would have gotten anything.
I mean, he gets himself an op anyway, able to buy that one up. But as I said before, 7 rounds now in a row actually needed if they want to bring this one into overtime. So that's a pretty monumental task. And already Avangar actually just charging straight out onto that B-bomb site. Mono able to find himself 1 kill before going down, but alongside he himself dropping, and of course his site mate, I guess you could call him. It does leave it in a 3-on-4 retake now. A bit of utility, there is a couple of defuse kits. But it's not looking optimal right now for them. All 3 players as well going to have to try and work in from kitchen.
Not the easiest of tasks, really, making this happen with the AWP on Stomp. Time not on their side. Jane picks up another frag, and this round's pretty much over as it stands. Oscar jumps out the window, but nothing to be found. And Reitz, he's had a huge gain. Great transfer onto Keycurt, but he was triple peaked, and there's not really a whole lot that he could hope to find in the end. What a fantastic series that has been for Avangar. Great start for them. Moving into it, I mean, obviously they had the 4-1 lead, but it was a little bit shaky. We were thinking the Illuminar might have been able to just about edge it over the line, but it's not to be, Dean. It's just not to be.
Yeah, it was like kind of the middle of that first half there, where of course Avangar had that shaky economy where they were trying to get themselves back into a stable position again, where we did see Illuminar shine, but unfortunately didn't really see much from them on that second half, even though I did probably expect a little bit more from them, to be honest.
I think it's fair to say. I mean, like overall, Avangar though they come in as heavy favorites. We expect them to dominate in that matchup, and according to the scoreline, I suppose they did. But there were definitely some really good signs from Illuminar. And again, they're an up and coming team. They're not one we expect to be dethroning Avangar just yet. But there's some players with some really good performances there. The likes of Reitz, obviously Stomp's shown himself to be a pretty consistent AWPer. But for Reitz, he blew me away in that game. So many huge kills, huge plays found by him throughout it.
Yeah, that's the thing about Illuminar. They're all recognizable names. They've been
Mhm.
around. They've been doing this for quite a while on Polish teams. Kind of, I'm sure most of them have played together for quite a while at some points as well. So it's just about how they're going to be able to make that roster work now. We know that they definitely are capable of being able to take down some pretty strong teams.
Well, we're going to be looking at one more match tonight. I believe it's coming up. Namiga taking on Crazy. Obviously, Crazy with the recent lineup changes. We'll see how they're holding up against Namiga, a team that have shown some good promise as well. Not unlike the kind of underdog story of Illuminar, although this should prove to be a little bit of a closer game. We're going to throw things over to a quick break, though, guys. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes, going straight into Namiga versus Crazy. So don't go anywhere, and we'll catch you back here in a few.